Hi everyone, I'm Cinderay9, and welcome to a very special video. Today marks the 3-year anniversary for my channel. It has been quite a year for the channel, and I think it's fun to look back on the adventures me and Starlight have been on. Hopefully, you have been on quite a few of these with us. Of course, we have to start with one important thing first. Unlike last year, I don't have many of my videos since my external hard drive broke that I was keeping them on some months back. So I'm sorry I can't pull pictures from the LPs, but it'll still be fun to talk about everything that has happened this past year. These are mostly in chronological order from when I started the LP. The first thing to talk about is what started last year off, and that was Breath of Fire 2. We journeyed with Ryu, Nina, and others on a grand adventure. There were a lot of fights, some different mechanics from the first game, and even some complaining from me. However, when it was all said and done, it was fun to join Ryu again, and it's always fun to play as a good dragon. Our girls' dreams were far more than a dream in Child of Light, a game where heroes shined bright. A mean plot twist made me mad. However, the ending made me glad. A journey with Aurora and Igniculus the Firefly is how it started. A colorful cast of characters joined throughout worlds uncharted. I made rhyme after rhyme throughout the RPG as Aurora used sword and spells to smite. And with that, I'll say goodbye to the fun and also rhyming motif in Child of Light. We took a trip to an interesting world where a young girl named Clarette Spencer got caught up in a series of crazy events in SKYBORN. This RPG Maker game was pretty good, and I enjoyed how it tried to bring in different mechanics, like a weight system and an aggro system, to a standard traditional turn-based RPG. My favorite character in that game was Sullivan, the dashing and smooth-talking sword fighter noble. In fact, I enjoyed his character so much that I named one of the characters in the next land I visited after him. The next game was truly one of the gems of the past year. Last Dream is another indie/RPG Maker game that I played. However, it took a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy I. It had side quests, 8 different classes to play as, a crafting system. It was a blast to play through, and it was an honor to push myself at the end of the game for a great subscriber. I was even the main character as a fighter. Sully the Thief, or Sullivan the Thief, Natalie the White Mage, and Sai the Black Mage joined me on a fantastic adventure that really tapped into those older RPG roots while adding in lots of new mechanics. If you love RPGs, check out that LP and get the game for yourself. I have to say, it was a game I really enjoyed playing through. Around that time Last Dream was going on, the channel reached a milestone as we hit 500 subscribers. I was so happy and proud, but I knew our little community could grow even bigger. Looking at that milestone, it was time to branch out genre-wise. I mean, look at it now. We're almost to double that subscriber number. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. So, I decided to take a trip to Rapture as we saved little sisters in BIOSHOCK. It was interesting for me since it was the first shooter game of any kind I'd done on the channel. I was nervous at different parts, and sometimes I found myself not talking because there was so much action going on. But it was a really good experience, and I hope that you all enjoyed it as well. Of course, I wasn't going to stop there with this new branch out genre-wise. I also played Resident Evil 4 and took on the role of my favorite character in the Resident Evil universe, Leon Scott Kennedy. Being a Resident Evil game, there were plenty of deaths and game overs. But in the end, our witty hero prevailed. Leon, not necessarily me. The fun didn't stop there, however, as we took on some of the other game modes, including one where we shadow the seductive and highly dangerous Ada Wong. I was hoping that you all would enjoy seeing me play different types of games. I think people enjoyed the previous two LPs I just talked about, and at least I know they were fun for me to play through. However, I'm an RPG expert, first and foremost, so it was time to take a trip to where it all began for me. The 4 crystals of light had gone dark and evil was everywhere. 4 warriors of light, each carrying a crystal, appeared to bring peace back to the world. Of course, I was one of those warriors of light. Final Fantasy I introduced me to RPGs, and I decided to play its remake, Dawn of Souls, for this LP. The nostalgia trip was a great one for me, and several of you also really enjoyed the trip down memory lane with me. It was great to read those comments and trade stories with all of you. One of the biggest projects of the year was one I didn't even know would take that long since it was a blind LP. The Legend of Heroes: Trails in the Sky. This game was a huge roller coaster. The fans of the game that found my LP were highly passionate about the game, and it showed in your comments. I loved parts of the game, I hated parts of the game. It really pushed me to some limits I hadn't felt as an LPer up to that point. The story at certain parts was fantastic, and I really started to get into the characters. Emotions got pretty deep, and that's a testament to the great writing and the world building the game had overall. Like I said, it was a roller coaster and an interesting experience from many different angles. All in all, it was a good journey, and I learned a lot about myself as a Let's Player. In contrast to Tales in the Sky, I played an RPG I knew extremely well, and had a far different atmosphere to it. The next project we will talk about is Super Mario RPG Legend of the 7 Stars. Super Mario RPG is one of those games I've played several times and had lots of fun each time. It was even more fun sharing this experience with all of you. Mario again needed to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser, but shortly after Mario saves the day again, a new enemy appears. The RPG mechanics of the game are done well, and the timing commands help the game stay engaging during combat. The characters are both old and new to the Mario universe, and it was fun playing as each of them. An engineer fights for his life and to find the woman he loves in Dead Space. We journeyed with Isaac Clarke to the USG Ishimura, where we confront dangerous aliens. It was a tough go-around for me as well, since I decided to play the game on hard to challenge myself. I even completely lost it during one point in the video. Just goes to show that I'm human. But eventually I prevailed, and Isaac made it out safely. For now. I enjoyed Dead Space's mechanic about having to shoot off enemy limbs instead of just going for headshots. That made the game different to me, and the weapons also gave a new twist on the standard shooter. It was fun to play through, and the challenge was just right since I knew the game already. I love playing games and sharing adventures with all of you, my wonderful subscribers and viewers. However, I figured it was time that I brought someone else along with me for one of our LPs. Dr. Whovian665, a longtime friend of mine, joined me as we rejoined Leon Scott Kennedy in Resident Evil 6. This game had 4 different stories, and 3 of them were co-op. The 4th one wasn't initially a co-op experience, but it was added in later. This was my first co-op Let's Play on the channel, and I'll admit, I was nervous about how it would go. However, it ended up being tons of fun, and I hope you all enjoyed the different feeling the Let's Play had for me, because Doc was with me, and this being the first co-op LP for the channel. It also had a different feeling as me and him stumbled through some of Resident Evil 6, and we had quite a few jokes. We made fun of each other sometimes. We had some really funny moments, and It was just all around lots of fun, and I hope that you enjoyed that. Now for a hard right turn as I tried another style of game. Letter Quest: Grimm's Journey is a game like Bookworm Adventures on Steam. You're given a set of letter tiles, and you make words to do damage to enemies. We traveled with Grimm, a little reaper who apparently just really wanted some pizza. This quest for yummy food, though, would have him travel quite a distance. I enjoyed playing through the game, and it can be fun trying to see all the words you can make. Fall in, Sevens! We joined Lieutenant Welkin Gunther and the colorful crew of Squad 7 in Valkyria Chronicles. This game is one of my all-time favorites to play for a few reasons. The gameplay. There just isn't another game quite like it. Sadly, I might add. The mix of turn-based and real-time strategy is great, and the game just always is fun to play through for me. The characters are great and very memorable, and the story has one of many emotions. It is told beautifully. You should definitely check it out for yourself, or at least watch the Let's Play. I feel that strongly about how fantastic Valkyria Chronicles is. We had a few really crazy moments ourselves during that Let's Play as well. Speaking of story with emotions and characters that stick out in my mind, we joined the Dark Knight Cecil, captain of Baron's Red Wings in Final Fantasy IV. That game means quite a bit to me, since it really did solidify my love for RPGs when I first played it as a kid. It's also personally my favorite Final Fantasy game. It's a great franchise with lots of great games, but because it really did solidify my love for RPGs, it holds a special place in my heart. That, and it's just a fantastic game overall. I played through the Steam version of the game, which was remastered with new graphics, and actually had some voice acting here and there. This game was an absolute pleasure to play through for all of you. And it was fun to talk about my previous experiences with the game. Also, it was fun to talk about changes I had seen between the old version and this newer version. I really hope that you all enjoyed the story and characters of Final Fantasy IV. When I talked about Letter Quest, I compared it to an older game, Bookworm Adventures. Well, I figured I should show off that game as well. In Bookworm Adventures, we helped the bookworm Lex fend off creatures as we traveled to save Cassandra. We gained items and potions to help us defeat enemies in our path. However, the damage you do is up to the words you can make. The journey got pretty difficult, and I really had to find bigger, longer words to fight back. I really enjoyed reading comments about words I missed that you all saw, and vice versa. Now we're going to get to projects that have recently finished or are currently going. Fire Emblem 7, or Fire Emblem Reiko no Ken, or Fire Emblem Blazing Sword, or just Fire Emblem. Many names for a great game. It was the first Fire Emblem game I ever played. It's also the first Fire Emblem game I've played on the channel. And I love the turn-based strategy behind it. Still do. We're nearing the end of our journey with Eliwood, Lyn, and Hector in that Let's Play. Just a few days ago, Plants vs. Zombies ended, and that was just a lot of fun to play through. The lovable baby dragon Starlight had to protect me as I get ready for another adventure with Lex, which will be starting today, by the way. Starlight fought back zombie wave after zombie wave with the help of plants that don't like zombies. Starlight proves that he is much more than a powerful baby dragon. He's a smart one too. This defense type game is one that gives lots of laughs and fun for both kids and adults alike. Just a few weeks before a remake that shook the gaming world was announced, I decided to bring another friend with me on a journey through Final Fantasy VII. and it's been a lot of fun so far. And for those of you keeping up with that Let's Play, new episodes will be posted when both me and V can get together to record them. So don't worry when you don't see an episode for a while. We are trying our best, I promise you. A short but sweet, and really funny, indie RPG was next in the form of Breath of Death 7 by Zeboyd Games. We traveled through a land where humans were wiped out and the undead were building a civilization. Our hero, a skeleton swordsman named Dim, met with a ghost named Sarah, and the pair started on a funny trip with nice turn-based RPG mechanics. With a few twists, such as a combo meter, and a choice of abilities and stats characters got with every level. This allows the player to customize their characters to a degree and play them differently. Most importantly for Breath of Death 7 though, it was just a really funny game with lots of jokes and puns. It's a short but quite fun ride. Chantilly's is a game where two sisters must find a witch and face their destiny. Chantilly's is a very tough game with a difficulty curve that is not in your favor. It was a rough start, but I kept on going, in part thanks to all of your comments, and finally got through those challenges. The game kept me on my toes for sure, and I hope you all enjoyed that journey along with me, even when the game was mean. Cthulhu Saves the World, and Command & Conquer Red Alert 3. These two LPs just started, so not a lot to say about them yet, other than they're both lots of fun. So check those two LPs out. Cthulhu Saves the World is a blind Let's Play for me, so I don't know what's going to happen there. And I've played through Command & Conquer Red Alert 3 quite a few times, so I do know what's happening there, but it is a fun ride for both of those games. So, there are a lot of adventures that have happened this past year. I really do love looking back during these anniversary videos and remembering some of the great moments, and I hope that you all do that too and enjoy it as well. This year's going to be different though, because I'm actually going to take a look in the future. None of these LP ideas are set in stone, so please, please remember that. However, here are a few games I'll be thinking about. The Legend of Heroes will be coming out with the second chapter sometime soon. Considering I played through the first game, I'll be keeping an eye on playing the second one as well. Speaking of sequels, there are a few games that I have LP'd that I'm wanting to do. I'd like to return to Rapture, for example, and tackle BIOSHOCK 2. What Happened to Isaac Clarke? Dead Space 2 awaits. Fire Emblem 7 will be finishing soon enough, so I'm thinking about tackling another Fire Emblem game. Which one, though, and when? Those are the questions. A longer project idea would be to play through the entire Millennium series by Aldorle, I hope I said that right, Aldorle Games, since I picked it up during the recent Steam Summer Sale. They're RPGs, and it's a 5-game long series. I've never played any of them, so it'd be a fun adventure for all of us. At least, I would hope so. Speaking of more smaller company RPG titles, there's an expansion to Last Dream in the works that I would love to try out whenever it releases, especially considering how much I enjoyed playing Last Dream. I would like to do some more projects with my friends, whether it's us playing a co-op game together, being joined for co-commentary, or just playing games together, competitively or cooperatively. And maybe even show off a few board games or something like that. That's really up in the air, but in general, I'd like to do some more projects with my friends. Hopefully you all enjoyed the few that I've done so far. Streaming would be a lot of fun, but because of really dumb upload caps, bandwidth, it isn't in the cards right now. Someday, I do hope I can stream sometimes so we can have even more fun. An example of a game I would love to play on a stream would be Cook Serve Delicious, if you know that game on Steam. There are so many RPGs I want to do. I can't even name them all, or we could be here all night. I have a particular game in mind for a 1,000 subscriber special Let's Play. Some RPGs to maybe look out for in the coming year are Legend of Legaia, Legend of Mana, Jade Cocoon 2, since I played the first one, Wild Arms, one of the games from the Dragon Quest series, Secret of Mana. I'll stop there, or we really will be here all night. Another thing I would like to do is show off some PS4 games. One that I really have in mind is Call of Duty Black Ops 3 when it comes out. I've enjoyed the Black Ops series, and it's finally giving me something I've wanted from the Call of Duty franchise for a long time. A co-op campaign. Yes, I know Call of Duty World at War had that. But a co-op campaign with an actual level system like there is in multiplayer. I can't tell you how pumped up I am for this, and I would love to share it with all of you. Of course, I don't have a way to record that. Don't have a way to record PS4. Now, everything I just said there, a lot of it is up in the air. Actually, yeah, a lot of it is up in the air. However, you can help some of those projects and many others come to fruition. I'm starting a Patreon page, and it should be up right now. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a place where you can donate to help artists, musicians, directors, etc., etc., etc. I'll be taking monthly donations to help me and the channel. I would use the money to get new equipment, for example, a device to record PlayStation 4 games, or eventually a new computer to run those more hardware-demanding games. It'd also give me a chance to give back to the family and friends in town who have been helping me while I pursue this dream of making this Let's Play thing something great, because I love doing it. I can't thank them enough. Every dollar would be appreciated. And don't think your dollar wouldn't make a difference. If every person that thought that actually donated, I know it would be amazing. Just think, if every subscriber donated $1 a month, that'd be almost $900 a month. I honestly wouldn't have strong enough words to say thank you if that happened. Anyway, if you would like to donate, you'd have my gratitude, first of all. Secondly, you can find the link in the description of this video. Also, I'm putting it as a link on the top right of my main YouTube channel page. I'll keep on doing as much as I can, as long as I can. I will promise you that. People put up goals and rewards on Patreon. I've never been very good with setting specific rewards up, but you can know that every dollar donated, I'll be working that much harder to bring you great and fun content. I hope I've proven throughout your experiences with the channel that I'm a trustworthy Let's Player in person. Trust is earned, and it means a lot to me. Now, to kind of change gears, I've always been honest and upfront with you all, my community. I'm blessed to have one of the most positive communities on YouTube. You're always kind. You always have well thought out, nice, and great comments. You all help keep me smiling, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. The channel keeps growing. We keep having fun, and we keep smiling. I truly hope that my videos bring lots of laughs, good thoughts, and smiles to your days. I have so many Let's Plays I would like to do, and I know I can't get to them all. But no matter what adventures await, we will have lots of fun. So again, thank you everyone for your support, and until the next adventure you join me, Starlight, or both of us on, I'm Syndrel89. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care everyone.